What's crazy is I was raised by you. You don't even realize it. Then when I moved to L.A., I want to say it was 1990 or 91.
Wow.
You won Comedian of the Year.
No. I won that in 97.
You did? Okay. It was the comedian
American Comedy Awards.
Yeah, they used to have an award show called the American.
It was like the Oscars.
Yes, for comedy, which was amazing.
The previous winners for me were, I remember this, Jeff Foxworthy, Ellen DeGeneres, and Jerry Seinfeld. So I thought, if I get this, I'll have a show about a gay redneck and a show about nothing. That's what I figured. That's what they're going to write for me if I win, and I did win.
I know
all
you.
All that did was heighten the resentment of other comics. That's all that award did. Same thing happened to Jeff Dunham. It just heightens the resentments. You get to be the target that they hate. You're a hack. You suck. You thief, and everything else. For like a year that lasted until the next guy.
Well, it's just so much. But what's crazy is that's a different vibe now because everybody helps each other. Maybe there's a lot of secret, but no one understands. Like, to me, I get that.
Yeah.
Because there's only one Comedian of the Year, and you were it.
Yeah.
And those people were more known, and you were chugging away in every club, selling out, and all your clips were always on radio.
Right.
So I would hear them on, the 95 KLLS. I'd hear them everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. And you were killing at the Comedy Magic Club, which you still do, and all this stuff. And I
got you in there.
Yes.
Which is rare, by the way. They don't take everybody. They took you that. They're really tough.
I know, but like, it's funny that they are that tough.
George Wallace got me in. I'll never forget it.
But
so thankful.
But
to him.
when I mean, wouldn't they take a known comic now, or do they have to still do their?
No, they're tough. They're tough. I mean, they really are. Got to be pretty clean.
Yes.
If you're grandfathered in, literally.
Yes.
If you're grandfathered in, you kind of get away with, like, Saget can be dirty. I can get a little dirty now and then, but that's okay. But anybody new, they do not want you to do, dirty there. And it's just the way they are. It's like a temple for comedians. I watched.
It is a temple.
Dennis Miller, I was in the audience when I just moved out here. It was in 1987.
It is a temple.
And he's up there, and he was the man at the time, Dennis Miller. And his opening act was Dana Carvey working out this bit called The Church Lady.
Yes.
And then the opener for them was David Spade. And I remember I nicknamed him The Quiet Storm. He was so young. Like, he goes, I'm David Spade. I'm 10. My mom just dropped me off. She's at Ralph's. I'll never forget it. And I called him, to this day, I call him Quiet Storm. And I went, if I could be on that stage, please. And the following year, George Wallace, and I've been headlining there ever since. Like, I love that place. Wow. It is literally a temple for comedians.
No, it is. It is. Yeah. It is a temple. And are the original? You went off track again. Are the original owners still alive?
Yeah, Mike Lacey, of course. Yeah, yeah, he's still there.
But that's not the guy who books to stand up Bellflower, who also books.
That's
that.
right,
yes.
Richard. Oh, he's an awesome guy. Yeah.
So,
yeah, a lot going on here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because you won this award. And it was the award, and the awards stopped being televised. They stopped having them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All the resentments of all these comics. Let me get this out.
Okay.
We shot Scream 2. They didn't like the scene the way
I was
shot
going there.
it.
Yeah.
And somehow you're in the movie. Which I don't think it didn't have anything to do with me.
No, but Jamie, let me tell you the story. They shot the scene in Atlanta.
We shot the scene in Atlanta.
The guy was no good.
Hopefully
I
replayed that.
Well, I'm sorry.
All right.
Whatever, the scene didn't work.
The
with
scene
the actor
didn't work. Yes.
He must not have been good because they had to have the entire scene shot in L.A. with the same cast.
We shot the scene in Agnes Scott College, and you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wes did not like it.
Right.
Then we did pickups in UCLA, and we shot it, and it looks a lot bigger. There's a lot of more co-stars in it.
And they brought me in to be the film professor.
He's the film professor.
Here's the thing. I show up there. This happened to me also on Parks and Recreation because you go into a team and you're not on the team. You're like a guest with the team, and that's not easy.
No, it's tough.
Oh, did you make it easy? You go, Wes, do you know who this is? I'll go, oh, my God. You like introduce me to everybody. You go, does everybody know who this is? He was on my clock radio. So see the callback. And you were so kind to me. And from that moment forward, I had such respect for you. That's when I started following you.
Not as a comic.
So it had to grow on me. But even then, I didn't think you were that great, and I still had you open for me.
Exactly.
So there you go. But that was my payback, unlike other people that I've helped. That was my payback to you, was introducing you to different people, introducing
Well,
you to different clubs like the Comedy Magic Club, and
a
having
few
you open
places.
for me, right?
A few
But that was my
places.
payback to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making me feel at home, for my 7 lines in Scream 2 as the college film professor.
Well, let me set the stage for people, and you're welcome, and thank you, because what's crazy is that I broke in this business, and I'm going to give a shout out to Jenica Berger.
Oh my God, it's my friend.
Is it?
Old friend.
That was one of the
No way.
That was one of the early comics I dated, but I actually loved her. I love Jenica.
Oh my God.
And I think after we broke up, she's married to the guy which is a good thing. So I'm like, good luck, Chuck. She's actually married to the same guy. And Jenica is hilarious. So that's crazy. You know her.
She's a funny person too.
Funny.
Other than the stand-up. That's
great heart.
Like really a good, funny person.
Yes. And like,
oh my God, I go way back before you even knew her. I go back when she was like 20.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I had,
Such a sweetheart. Yeah.
you know,
And
like
so
you said,
talented.
she had 10 minutes, I had 5. And she was 4 years younger than me. And long story boring is
God.
I was starting to get known as an actor, but not really. I did commercials, and she had already done a lot more than me. Yeah. And she was at the store a lot. And so she would get the store to do this thing called Please Allow.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't passed. And I would auditioned, and that's how I met Stan Latham. That's how I got a part on a Stan Latham pilot, because of Jenica Berger, my ex-girlfriend. She blessed me so many ways. And she then got a pilot for a guy by the name of Ron Levitt, who's an absolute goddamn legend, who created Married with Children.
Married with Children,
but
yeah.
he had written in every room in the 70s and the 80s of the greatest sitcoms. Ron was dating a woman by the name of...
Actress?
No. Yes. Sam Kinison dated her. I want to say Jessica
Hahn.
Yes.
Jessica Hahn.
Jessica Hahn.
From the church.
Jessica. So Jessica was with Sam. I think they broke up, and then unfortunately Sam passed away.
She was the controversy with
Yes.
that took down the church.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes, I think it was her.
No, it was her.
Okay.
Jim Baker and
My
Tammy
brain,
Faye. Yeah.
I can't do it. My brain is going to blow up right now. I already took 2 brain pills.
It's crazy, man.
So it's
Rosie and I talked about it yesterday. I couldn't remember Keith Richards.
Dude, it's 5G, bro. It's 5G. It's the Vidi. It's all that shit. So come on, for real. People could think I'm crazy. I'm not.
No, you're not.
And I know 25-year-olds that can't remember shit. I just took something called Brain On, and I souped that shit. It's algae.
We got to get off these phones at night.
All right, so listen. Jenica was an angel, still an angel, gets me in front of the right people, which I had to do. I get jobs out of it. Ron Levitt cast her in a pilot. The pilot didn't go. She recommends me. Denise Richards is in the pilot. I go in, and she's like, you look like a stoner. She gets Ron to see me. I audition. I act stoned. Ron's like, are you fucking stoned? And I was like, no. He's like, you're in character. Like, he hires me in the room. He hires me in the room. Yeah. I go on set. I never say anything. Like, I was always trained to be in character. Staying in character. Jessica would die laughing. And Jessica's like, this guy's funny, Ron. And Ron's like, you like him? I like him. And then, long story boring is Ron... I was a guest star, and it was called Unhappily Ever After. Bobcat Holloway.
Yeah.
That first I did the
I auditioned for that too.
Yeah, the pilot I did not. The pilot of the other thing didn't go, but this one became a series. It was the first show in WB along with the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
The first 2 shows. I get on it, and I'm a fucking guest starring. But Ron always made me feel like I was one of the cast.
That's the way. Yeah. Amy Poehler's that way on
and Jessica Hahn always made me feel like I was one of the cast. And so, yeah, like Amy did for you. So it is
Parks
tough.
And Recreation, yeah.
And when I did Ellen, I did guest spots on Ellen before she came out. Always made me feel
great when they
like I was part of the cast.
Well, now it's a good segue. I want to tell you this story.
And that's why I was trained. And you, to me, you are a legend. And Wes loved you. You go in, and in that scene
Yeah.
was Josh Jackson,
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Yeah.
Timothy Oliphant, myself, you,
Nev Campbell.
Nev.
Yeah.
Like, it was,
It was a big,
and you were right there with us.
it was a star-packed.
And then I'll let you go back to what you were going to say. But
Yeah.
then from there, he's like, I know you do stand-up. You want to open for me. So then you
Yeah.
let me open for you at Irvine. You let me open up for you at the Comedy Magic Club. And I think I had a strong 7. I had a 7.5. Now, I had to do 15. But then from there, he introduced me to the Lakers organization. I mean, which is a whole other story.